funky like play style that Jacob had for NRG, and you're seeing this difference now because Torment isn't that type of player, and so it's very. I don't want to say standard rotational meta, but that's really what you're seeing. You're seeing those quick passes down the middle of the field, and not too much of, hey, Jacob's in like the top corner over here. Let me just smack this down. And for Splyce, I think it just comes down to you got to be able to be quicker on your reads because NRG's beating you to every ball, and that has been the difference maker here for NRG and why that was 7-1, and now it's 1-0 in game 2. Torment slaps that one in 7 seconds, no time at all.
That truly is the opposite there of what you want. I was just about to say something like, what would be great for Splyce? Just getting the first goal. Just try to get the first goal, play some nice defense, get some solid play in to start things off. But unfortunately, NRG right out of the gates scoring, and now they're up 1-0. And that's not good for momentum. So we'll have to see. Splyce has got to turn around. They got to figure something out here to do something about this team. But NRG might just be that good.
And this is only the second tournament that this Splyce roster has played together. So they're really still trying to flesh things out and really try to get communication down. You're playing against, two people in Fireburner and Garrett G that have played together for so long, and playing against that type of longevity can be so tough, especially when it's not communication at that point. You just know what each other are going to do. Garrett G finding the seam there in the corner to make it 2-0.
Wow. All right. There you have it again. Another goal added by NRG. And once again, Garrett, a lot of goals in that last game, keeping things up there. So you have a goal from Garrett, a goal from Torment, only 47 seconds into this game. So I don't know. I don't know if it's one player from Splyce that needs to just go off and just have some sick plays and just get something on the scoreboard to try to bring this back. But Splyce has to figure something out.
I think if you're going to look for anybody, it's going to be Karma. Karma has shown the ability to be an incredible striker when her team needs her to be. And so if you need someone to score goals, it might be just trying to find Karma somewhere down the field and get that ball, just depending on how these rotations work. But this is the second goal in a row for NRG, where first it was Garrett G just finding the seam in between two defenders, and Torment just goes up and hits that one. Sathu has to get up there quicker, has to be able to find either Nose God, which may have been who he was looking for, but Splyce just can't find the ball, Axel Toss.
Yep. NRG is pretty good. Ladies and gentlemen, Torment, Fireburner, and Garrett are pretty good at Rocket League. I think that's most of what we're seeing here. You talk about tiers in Rocket League as well, and like, all right, who's at the very top? Who's untouchable? And looking into the future, who's going to remain on top? And I think Garrett, Fireburner, and Torment individually are going to be on a lot of people's lists on, the best players in North America. So I think we're just seeing that on full display here. Up 3-0. They had a pretty wide victory margin of victory there in that first game as well. So this team's looking good. I mean, if you're trying to guess which teams are going to qualify, I would not be against you if you think NRG might be able to get it done, because they are on fire today, and they're showing how good they are in these first 2 games.
I was really curious, again, how Torment would fit in, just because it's fun. It's fun to always speculate and put, try to create super teams. And I think Torment has been a great addition to this NRG roster. It has been really fun to watch these guys play, and it kind of goes to show you, as they're going to get another goal here off of Fireburner from midfield. Kind of goes to show you Torment. A lot of people would say that he's been underrated for a long time. I don't think that's necessarily the case anymore, and I think this is showing you right now how Torment really allows Squishy and Gimmick on C9, enables them to do a lot of the things they do, doing the same thing right now for Fireburner and Garrett G, and really getting a couple of goals himself. He has 2 in this game alone.
This team, NRG, is just so fast. They're so quick. They're always there first, pretty much. And, Splyce has to figure something out to deal with that. There we see Karma charging through the middle, blasting Sathu into the air, but able to get a piece of that ball. So sending it towards that orange side. And there we see Nose Dude trying to make something happen as well. But Torment able to bring it back. And now NRG on the offensive again.
There's no offense from Splyce. Only 0 shots on goal. Only 0 shots. I'm not sure if that turn of phrase makes much sense, but a quick pass, can he find it? It does work. Blocked by Sathu. Or blocked from Sathu, at least. Fireburner gets past the entire defense. Somehow Sathu able to clear that ball away. Do with the nose, gonna take this on the side. Maybe Splyce finding a goal here. Sathu challenge knocked away by Fireburner. All angles covered, all options accounted for here for NRG late in game 2. In this best of 5 against Splyce. This is in the winner's side. So no matter who loses, they do have another chance. Oh, that bounced right back out. Sathu able to clear it away.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good save there. But look at this pressure. Once again, we're seeing from NRG. I think like the past 30, 45 seconds, the ball has been on the blue side. As to Garrett and Fireburner keeping it up there. I feel like short passes might be the key, but the problem is even the short passes on the blue side for Splyce, NRG is able to get in the way. They're able to mess with it. So I'm not sure the best solution, and I think that's going to be the challenge for a lot of teams. How do you beat this NRG team? And if there are any question marks with Torment and how he might look on this roster, I think a lot of those questions are being answered as well, because this is just dominating performance by NRG.
Yeah, and it might have been even more of a surprise if they played poorly with Torment, just because of, I mean, you see in chat and also just by the way people talk about Torment, people love Torment, and people are always saying, again, I mentioned earlier how they feel that he is underrated. So this NRG squad looking good right now against this Splyce team that's still really an unknown. So it's hard to say right now for NRG. You want to see more out of them against more proven rosters. As right now, NRG in 2 games, they have scored 12 goals.
Yep. And still 27 seconds left in this one. Garrett padding the stats a little bit, stealing that goal from Torment. Torment with 7 shots. Just look at the shot differential here. I can't even do that math. It's so high. 16-1, I think. 16-1 on the shots in favor of NRG right now. So
just no.
I think they've got this. I think they've got this.
You think 15 seconds?
Yeah,
Totally,
I think you know what? I think they might have this series too. I don't usually make many predictions, but just they're playing so well. NRG is just on fire. And again, this is nothing necessarily bad on Splyce, right? It's just NRG might be this good. So I'm really curious to see, you know, how they fare. Like, are they going to keep playing like this? There is still a chance for Splyce.
Yeah,
they got to figure something out. They got to figure something out here.
We did see Splyce. They in the Ting Open against G2. Play a lot of close games against them, and say what you want about G2, they're an RLCS caliber team. They are really solid players, and NRG's been up and down really as much as G2 has been lately. So, and again, for Splyce, it's a brand new roster. You're gonna go through these chinks. You're gonna have games like this. You just got to be quicker on the reads. It comes down to reading the ball quicker. NRG is beating them to everything. It is that simple right now for this squad. Torment has 7 shots on net in this game alone. I don't think we've seen this much Torment on C9. And again, Torment's just standing in. He's not on NRG. He's still on Cloud9. Don't worry, he's still there. But
yeah, the only announcement that we know is the official release of Jacob from NRG, and then in Ting Open we saw Jacob playing with Chrome and Corrupted G on Equinox. Of course, Chrome and Corrupted G used to be with FlyQuest, but that's not there anymore. So lots of roster changes happening right now, and it's kind of fun for our purposes. We get to see what these teams look like, what kind of changes these teams are making, and everyone just trying to put the best roster together to try to be as competitive as possible. And the fact that Cloud9, they're not attending Dreamhack, I really, really like how Torment is able to jump in as a pickup third. He's just able to play with Fireburner and Garrett G. Like, to me, as a Rocket League fan, that's really fun, and I really like it. It's really cool. So really glad that they could actually make that work, and Torment has a chance to really try to make a run, even though Cloud9 per se is not necessarily going to Dreamhack, and it's working out for them so far.
Well, game number 3, Splyce. They have any kind of chance, they were going to want to set the tone early. And right now, Garrett G already downfield, looking to set things up for NRG. Against the back wall, here he is again. That shot's right in. Garrett G all over the field, and none other than Torment to set him up for it. 1-0, 30 seconds in.
Yeah. Once again, I was about to say something about the importance of just getting that first goal, of Splyce just trying to get in a groove, and you know, let's go a minute and a half, maybe keep it at 0-0. But unfortunately, Garrett, once again, able to get a really early goal there for NRG. And we'll see what happens here. But, you know, there is time. There's room to work with. Crazier things have happened. But Splyce, they need to figure something out. Karma going up to the sky there, passing over to Nose Dude. He's going to try to make something happen. And something else that's interesting to consider is just the fact, some people mentioning in the chat, talking about Marky and Flipside and all these changes. And in esports, in a lot of competitive environments, there is something called the honeymoon phase, more or less, where, you know, once you start with a new team or you get a new player mixing in, sometimes you're going to feel a lot better. And maybe that's happening here for NRG. Torment coming in, honeymoon phase, everything looking good. But there we see Splyce with an answer. And maybe it does have to come with Karma. Karma can make some great plays here and there. And she's going to be able to throw up a goal, even up this game. But they got a lot more work to do to try to get this series under control.
Yeah, Karma, usually a lion's share of the goals on whatever team she plays on. Coming off of a defensive gaff, rare defensive gaff from Garrett G, kind of rolling himself off the ceiling and gonna get right back. Garrett G says, I'll take that, thank you very much. A quick response makes it 2-1 for NRG, looking for a sweep against Splyce.
Yeah, Garrett doing Garrett things, and honestly, I think he probably could have just hit that square on, but he decided to do a little bit of rotational fanciness to get that in the back of the net. And NRG up 2-1. Remember, they're up 2-0 in this series, in this best of 5. This is the upper bracket. So anyone who's just now tuning into the stream, twitch.tv/Rocket League, or excuse me, twitch.tv/AxelToss. Oh man, you know, we got, you know, buckle your seatbelts. We got a lot of matches coming your way as we're trying to find out the top 2 who will advance from these qualifiers into Dreamhack Lepizig. NRG looking amazing right now. NRG with Torment. We gotta clarify that. Like, it's not NRG per se. NRG with Torment.
You know what? Can we rely? Our viewers are smart, right? They can do a little bit of homework. They know. Torment
keep us honest.
Baby C9.
Yeah, folks in the chat, you keep everyone honest. Who's if anyone's just tuning in, who's like, wait a second, Torment's on NRG? No, that's just the roster they're going with for Dreamhack, as far as we know.
Comes Sathu trying to take a shot, not able to get there. Nose got in rotation. And again, beat to the ball, which has kind of been the story of the series here for the Splyce team. Back up against the back wall, Garrett G throwing it back to Fireburner. In support, here's Torment. Fireburner just gonna try to win his 90-10s that he's so well known for. And Splyce just can't find the ball, Axel Toss. I feel like a broken record saying it over and over, but it keeps happening over and over here for Splyce. And
90, again, did you say 90-10s?
Yeah, 90-10s. 50-50s, but
that's hilarious. I like it.
It's one of you RLCS boys had patented that. It was probably Gibbs. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure someone in chat knows.
It sounds like a Wave thing almost.
Might be Wave.
But, you know, some pretty good defensive holds there from Splyce, and we saw Garrett had a pretty open net available to him, but a little bit off to the right, not able to find that top right-hand corner. And now we see a little bit of pressure on the NRG side, but Fireburn hitting it across and Garrett reacting so quickly, sprinting ahead and trying to make a play happen. So Splyce, we got to say it, this game is a little bit closer. It seems like Splyce is finding their groove a little bit. The question is, can they bring it back? Can they hold on this defense and turn this into a victory? Because they need it right now. They need some momentum. It'd be great for them to just get at least one game victory. And there's Sathu. I think that was a pass from Karma all the way across the field, and Sathu able to bury it in the top right-hand corner. Excellent pass, an even better shot from Sathu, sneaking it right over Garrett G.
That's exactly what Splyce needed, and a little bit of breathing room coming out the bus, aka Sathu, able to slam that one home. That is Sathu's nickname. It is the bus. Dude with the nose is the one who nicknamed him that a long time ago, and I've ran with it ever since. He will be the bus forever to me. That ball just off the crossbar.
Oh no.
And Splyce scurrying to get back to this. Karma able to read that, grabbing a savior badge in the process. 2-2. About a minute left to go. Can Splyce pull a game away from NRG? In the corner, Sathu gonna take it out. Oh no, picked it and saved by dude with the nose. Less than a minute now. They're trying to move downfield.
That's the only option when you're playing against Garrett G. You have to play insane. You have to make ridiculous saves. You have to go off basically. And looking at the scores, you know, Karma doing everything she can. She's at 320 right now, 1 goal, and you mentioned the saves earlier. There's a 4th save from Karma. So she's doing what she has to do. And, you know, we're seeing Sathy make some good plays too. That last goal especially. They've got the game tied up 2-2. We got 30 seconds left. So this is certainly possible for Splyce. They just got to keep that defense super solid and anticipate these plays from NRG. And they got to get a little bit lucky going the other way. We'll see if they can make it happen. Karma over to Nose Dude.
She's trying
there. Yeah.
I thought she'd be able to get up just a little bit higher to knock it down. not there in time. 15 seconds. Can do with the nose. Sathu and Karma.
Oh no.
Get this downfield. We're gonna go to overtime in game 3.
Could happen.
Maybe nothing there.
Unless they score right here. It's possible. Off the backboard.
Burner to Torment. He's got him. Back to fire. Oh, it drops down. 2-2 right in front of the box. Wipe a sweat off your brow if you're Splyce.
Yeah, that was super close, and now it's overtime time. Garrett with the early demolition there of Sathu. Let's see what happens here. Oh my God, no,
he's got it!
Whoa. Okay. A little bit of luck, right? That's what you look for, Fireburner. Passing it to the middle. Torment, something weird happened there for Torment. Definitely not off the ground as fast as he could have been, and Nose Dude able to cut that pass off and turn that into a scoring position. And now Splyce bringing back the series a little bit. Taking a game there, that's important. NRG plus Torment. Still with a 2-1 advantage on the series, but that's exactly what Splyce needs. I think that has a lot to do with Karma really having the solid foundation there for the team. For save, just being an anchor on defense. That's what you have to do. Look at the shot differential. It's 14-3. 14 shots from NRG and Torment against 3 shots from Splyce. So that means NRG still having all the pressure. Just needs to be defensive holds there from Splyce. Karma able to come through and do that. And then Splyce just needed the playmaking ability from Sathu and just the solid play from Nose Dude. Sathu making some particularly awesome goal there in that game. And then Nose Dude converting that scoring opportunity in overtime. So Splyce doing what they have to do. The question is, can they keep that momentum up and carry it through here to try to bring this series back? Remember, NRG plus Torment is currently up 2-1 in this series. It's best of 5. And we're on the upper side of the bracket. So if you lose here, you're not necessarily out of the tournament. You have to go to the lower bracket. But we're counting down to the top 2 here. Twitch.tv/AxelToss with the Dreamhack Rocket League qualifiers for North America. Again, top 2 qualify. About to head into game 4.
Going in to game 4, you really said it, AxelToss. All 3 players on Splyce getting involved. And Do With The Nose coming in big. Sathu coming in big. And the reads were a little bit quicker. The 50-50s were there, challenging in their defensive third where they needed it. And Karma almost makes something happen herself quickly.
Yeah, that's what you need.
It back.
That's what has to happen. I mean, the past 2 games, we saw NRG really coming out of the gates super fast and scoring in the first 30 seconds. We'll see what happens here, but it seems like Splyce finding their groove a little bit. It could be the feeling of being down 0-2 in a series, and you're like, all right, guys, you know what? This is it. This team is really good. They beat us pretty bad in the first 2 games. Let's just try our best and see what we can do. And maybe that's what helped them win the last game, but they receive Fireburner. A lot of pressure there from NRG. Garrett over to the middle. Torment off the backboard. Fireburner coming in from above. A great angle there to get that shot through. A nice team play there from NRG, scoring once again in the first 30 seconds.
That's 3 cases of too slow, and too slow. Karma trying to challenge it. Then Sathu trying to challenge it. Just way too slow on the reads again here for Splyce. See if they can come right back and keep the scoreline close like they did in game 3. But Torment's got the ball, just trying to flip it over. And Nose God. Back to Karma, and it's going to be back and forth here for NRG and Splyce for a little while.
Yeah, and I'm really going to be curious about the shot differential here because, once again, in the last game, NRG had like a +10 spread on the amount of shots. So they had the pressure the entire way through. We got to see the passing plays from Splyce. A little bit of a passing play there. Karma over to Nose God. I guess I'll call him Nose God. I don't know. Whatever he wants to be called. Again, they have to try to get that offensive pressure going because NRG, it's been pretty much the entire series has been in their control as far as the pressure is concerned. So I'd love to see Splyce more solid defense and really keep it in that orange side as we see, Nose God passing to Karma. Karma almost able to convert that, but now NRG going the other way.
Oh, and there is the demolition coming out from Garrett G. Not going to amount to anything yet. Can he get that second touch? No. Karma using that 50-50 away. Sathu going to take control from his own corner for Splyce. Good to see him and Nose God come up big again. Karma. Sathu downfield. That shot just off target and going to be cleared out to the opposite side of the zone. Garrett G able to work the whole way around. He's nutty, man. Oh, oof. Torment too. Torment has been up front in people's faces. It would have been his second, I guess not dunk. He's just getting to the ball faster, finding seams where you didn't think there was one and just guessing, not guessing correctly, just knowing. And that's just how smart these guys are on NRG plus Torment. NRG plus Torment. That's their official. That's their official name now. 100%. And
honestly, the speed as well. Like just the simple speed of NRG. If you're able to make those good decisions and you're able to have good game sense, which we know NRG has, but then you're able to mix in like just hyper aggressive speed where you're there first all the time, then your team's going to be incredible. As we see, wait, what just happened there?
Yeah, here we go.
I'm like, Karma, what are you doing? Why are you blocking the
no. Perfect. Right in front of the box. Tight windows, Axel toss. Tight windows. The bus slamming it home again. 1-1, baby. We tied up.
That's really nice awareness from Karma. I'm not sure Nosedude was going for a goal necessarily, trying to make a play off that backboard, but Karma was in the goal. She was in an awkward position, but she decided to make the best of it and was able to tap that just ever so slightly. That's one of the best things you can do in Rocket League. We still see the pressure from Splyce.
He gets the dunk.
Sathu coming in. Go ahead. I'll finish my point in a second.
I'm sorry, Axel Toss, but this just gets me kind of giddy. Challenging Garrett G, getting it right on top of his car. The bus, the wheels go round and round, Axel Toss. It's 2-1.
And what I was mentioning earlier, what Karma's able to do there, just tapping the ball. That is such it might not be underestimated, but for you guys at home playing your 3v3, if you're just able to adjust the trajectory, adjust where that ball is going ever so slightly, that's all you really need to do. Just tap it, and you've seen the replays of people just completely missing it because someone's just barely hitting it. That's what Karma did there in that goal. So I think those opportunities are very important for Splyce. And look at this, now they're up 2-1. Oh, but there's Fireburner with an equalizer. A laser to the back of the net there. Karma trying to save that, not able to get up fast enough. And now we have a tie game. We got a series on our hands, Jorby.
Yeah, Fireburner threw that at 72 miles per hour. Splyce, it looks like you said, we got a series now, and they finally seem to be figuring each other out here in this series against NRG. A little bit quicker. Not a lot of time left. We could be seeing overtime if the scoreline stays the same, but NRG threatening. Here's a shot from Torment way wide. Coming in for the follow-up is knocked away, broken up by Sathu, and Sathu and Karma going to take the lead here for Splyce on the attack. Have to give up immediately to Torment, and NRG going to turn that around quickly. That ball wide, and Splyce will be able to at least knock it away for now.
Yeah, I feel like Splyce able to get a little bit of confidence here. Something that might have been lacking, obviously, in the first two games. They were incredibly one-sided for NRG, so I really feel like we're seeing Splyce get in a bit of a groove here. Let's hope it's not a little too late, but it's a tie game, 2-2. Remember, they're down 1-2 in the series, so they got some work to do. NRG come the other way and almost able to convert a goal there, but the defense is sound from Splyce, and now they're going the other direction. Let's see if they can get a goal here. They have to make it happen if they want to send this to a Game 5.
A good pass from Karma, but a wide shot from Sathu. Do with the nose. All he can do is challenge here against NRG plus Torment. Actually wins that cleanly, forcing Garrett G back. That's a lot of boost gone. He does pick that right back up, no problem.
You see that little tap from Torment? That's something you guys can try at home too sometimes. And I feel like it hasn't been popular as much, except more recently, where you're basically going the opposite direction on the field and you kind of angle yourself back, and then you basically just push the ball behind you. That's exactly what Torment did. So nice play there. 10 seconds left, though. We're tied 2-2. Are we going to go to an overtime? Looks like some momentum here from Splyce on the orange side, trying to get a last-second goal here. Sathu up in the air, passing into the middle, and we'll see if anyone is there to meet it. Looks like we're going to go into overtime, probably.
Maybe. Yeah, Karma's going to throw that down. It's like, nah, enough of that. Let's take it into OT to try to force game number 5. Can they do it?
Okay, if NRG can score here, if NRG scores, they're moving on in the next round of the upper bracket. Karma in a decent position, heading it over to the right-hand side. Sathu is there. Splyce trying to get some good defense going. But again, Splyce has to score to keep themselves alive in the series. If NRG scores, they are through to the next round of the upper bracket.
And NRG plus Torment coming down again. Garrett G getting about 3 little love taps across the ball, air dribbling it down. And NRG putting on pressure. Finally, Splyce with some breathing room. A pass to Nose God is immediately broken up, sent to the net. And Karma, the only person back here for Splyce. Sathu down to Karma, downfield, gets the hit, but challenge knocked away. And a demo trying to break things up, but it's against the backboard. Here comes Karma, the shot up high. There's the goal, and Splyce takes the game 49 seconds into overtime.
Wow. A lot of that had to do with the demo. Overtime demos are so important. You get that momentum. Karma, I don't think she had a lot of boost there, actually. She didn't rotate back, which is actually, it worked out really well for her. Because Nosedude, or I think that Sathu able to pass it to the middle. Karma was still there and able to convert that goal. And now we have a tie series. We are tied 2-2 NRG plus Torment against Splyce.
Splyce
I gotta say,
the reverse sweep axle toss.
yeah, you said it. You said the R word.
Did it. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're fine. They are threatening it, and this is really interesting because a lot of question marks in Rocket League, in the pro scene. A lot of question marks in the pro scene in Rocket League. How good are these teams? What kind of rosters are we going to see? We've seen this roster: Sathu, Karma, Nose God / Nose Dude. A little bit, as you mentioned, in the Team Open, looking pretty good there against G2. But I think in this series, we're really seeing Splyce. Like kind of the story of the series has been Splyce kind of trying to figure it out. Really, like the first 2 games, they did not get off to a good start. That first game especially was
12 goals scored by NRG.
Yeah, completely one-sided. But now we're seeing it kind of get more even and more even. And something I want to point out there is the shot differential, where it's much more even. I remember in the last game, even though Splyce won, and they were outshot by like 10 shots. But here we see 8 to 7 on the shots. So Splyce bringing it back a little bit. And now we have a game 5, NRG plus Torment against Splyce. Who would have expected this? Let us know in the chat, twitch.tv/AxelToss. Who do you got? I see you guys chatting away. Hope you guys are having a good time on this Sunday, and hope you hang out most of the day as we cover the Dreamhack North America qualifiers. But who do you think's going to take this, Splyce or NRG plus Torment? We got a series on our hands.
And what looks like an easy 3-0 sweep for NRG after game number 2, winning game 1 7-1, and winning game number 2, I believe 5-0. I don't remember the exact scoreline. It wasn't very close. Splyce has fought back. And now game number 5, the momentum is in their favor. Torment a little too far up, somehow flicks that over, but it's way too wide. Sathu able to throw it out to the corner. NRG still threatening here early in game 5.
They're always doing that. They always have so much pressure in the beginning. And I think every single game. Oh, we need to show the game, by the way. I think our webcams are up. Production, we can throw into the game, the chat. You want me to radio cast chat? Okay, we should be in there. Thanks for the call outs. I wanna give a shout out to the chat. You guys are awesome with the call outs. You know what? Your call outs are better than most of my 3v3 partners. So thank you guys. But we're back in the game here. You didn't miss much. I was about to say in all these games, NRG has scored in the first 30 seconds. So I wonder if that's a testament right now to just maybe how better Splyce has gotten throughout the series, to the fact that they haven't allowed a goal yet. And actually, we're seeing a lot of pressure here from Splyce. But now Torment bringing it back the other way.
And NRG plus Torment. Back and forth. Karma trying to find Nose Dude, and that one was picked off by Fireburner right in front of their faces. 1-0 here early for NRG, and they've done this all series long.
Okay, yeah, Fireburner able to get that through, and yeah, NRG scoring the first time once again. The first team to score here. But again, we're only a minute and 20 seconds in. This can go either way. NRG once again playing with Torment. I see a few people in the chat still commenting on that. If everyone in the chat already can help us out on that, give those call outs as you guys have been doing. You guys are great. Torment is not on NRG. This is the roster they're going with for Dreamhack. They've already announced that. Fireburner, Garrett G, and Torment, and they're looking pretty good. But can we see Splyce bring it back and maybe get some momentum going here in this last game? Currently down 0-1. This could be a low scoring affair. Sometimes we see that happen in long series, but we gotta see if Splyce can pull something out here.
Bounced up a couple of nullified passing plays by Splyce there. Causes it to go back, but they're still in possession of this ball. Sathu just throwing it towards the net. Fireburner, dangerous save. That was weird. Almost missing that one off the corner of his car. And downfield, Sathu's the only one back, hits that away from Fireburner, who was hoping for that dunk. Yeah, he's dangerous hitting there.
And Nose Dude
had to bail him out, and he can't.
All right,
it's dangerous here. Karma.
Sathu 23 boost now. Yeah, Karma getting up there. Okay.
Sathu, does he still have no boost? Yeah, he has 7 boosts now, so he's moving down the field, but cleared away. Halfway through game number 5, still 1-0 for NRG, playing super close. Karma right back. Splyce needs to find their way in this game. It has been all NRG.
Yeah, I feel like for Splyce, maybe it is going to come down to just some epic plays. You have to, I think you almost have to have those epic plays against a team like NRG plus Torment. You got to make something crazy happen, and maybe that starts with Karma. I'm not sure. Karma to Sathu, something like that, or getting all 3 players involved to try to convert a goal. But I don't think any simple goals are going to be happening at this point, and I think a lot of that is being shown already. We're only seeing 1 goal in 3 minutes of play. make that 2. No, barely a save there from
He has
Nosegod.
no
He's going to bring it up there. No
He did
boost,
that with
but
no boost. He
he's
just
still
kept
going to try to
flipping.
pass it to the
I
middle.
didn't think he was going to get to that ball. That was great work by Nosegod to get that out of harm's way. I thought that was going to be another goal for NRG. Still, minute 30 left.
Yeah, able to just battle and bruise and eventually get that save. And that's what you got to do against a team like NRG plus Torment. But we're kind of seeing this back and forth. Not necessarily any pressure dominance from either of these teams. Garrett with an excellent shot and Torment able to follow it through. I almost thought Garrett was able to make that, but Torment in a perfect place there. Garrett twisting it up upside down to make that happen, and Torment with the great angle over to the right-hand side, letting that ball drift into the top right-hand corner, and now we have a 2-0 advantage for NRG plus Torment. Is this going to be enough for this team to close it down? I definitely would not count Splyce out.
NRG's done a lot of great things defensively against Splyce in Game 5. Splyce has gotten some passing plays, but those lanes have been shut down by all three. So all three members getting involved defensively for NRG here so far. Only 2 saves, both coming from Fireburner, but also preventing the shots from ever getting to their net. Only 2 shots on net for Splyce in total. So with 50 seconds left, they got a lot of things to do here. Karma finding that pass. Sathu going for the follow-up and knocked away by Garrett G.
Man, that's exactly what they have to do. It's now or never. It is absolutely now or never right now for Splyce. They have to have some offensive pressure going. They have to get it on the orange side, and they have to keep it there. Only 30 seconds left. They have to make up 2 goals to push it in overtime, 3 goals to win it. Remember, this is the upper bracket. This is Game 5. The winner of this game will move on to the upper bracket. That's a huge deal. You do not want to go to the lower bracket at this stage. Everyone considering NRG a huge favorite in this matchup, but Splyce showing they have what it takes to keep up. Can they convert 2 goals in 15 seconds? Oh, no, I don't know if it's going to happen because Garrett coming in and scoring the other way up 3-0. Garrett has that experience in these moments, and he's pulling it through here, pushing NRG up another goal, and that might all but secure them a spot in the next round.
Yeah, that'll be the nail in the coffin here for Splyce in the winner's side. They will have another chance moving on, but you got to like what you saw out of them fighting back from 2 games down in this best of 5, and GG's indeed. Moving on, and Splyce might make some sort of a run that we saw similarly in EU from Veritas going in. We might see them make a similar lower bracket run, but NRG, expect NRG plus Torment, gonna be moving right on ahead.
Yeah, honestly, that was an awesome series. I'm like really happy about that series. We saw NRG starting off amazing. We're like, okay, they're gonna win Dreamhack. Just based on how well they were playing those first 2 games. But then we saw the fight and the grit and the resilience of Splyce, able to hold it together, able to bring it back there in Game 3. I think a lot of it had to do with Karma. We saw her at pretty much in an MVP position in both those games, able to bring it back, able to make some incredible saves, even though NRG was keeping up the pressure, pushing it to Game 5 alone. I am super impressed with this Splyce roster. I definitely am going to be looking out for them to make some fireworks in the lower bracket, but NRG moving on to the next round. And I want to see what match we have next.
Yeah, looking on through it, looks like Ghost Gaming was disqualified through the bracket. So not getting up to their match. So the dudes will be moving on to face Equinox, who beat Sway Black 3-1. That Sway Black squad is Darkness, Claven, and Thunder. A lot of guys that play, they play pretty consistently in community tournaments, and kind of coming a little bit out of nowhere. They took a game off of Equinox. And so going down to that lower bracket, we still got games being played through the lowers and any kind of... Go ahead.
Yeah, well, we're actually going to take a short break because we're going to keep the matches going. I hope everyone is enjoying the stream, twitch.tv/AxelToss. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to be commentating this qualifier all day long. So make sure you stay tuned. Go get a snack right now, but we're going to take a break here. Coming up next, Equinox with Chrome, Corrupted G, and Jacob going up against the dudes. Ghost was disqualified for some reason. Might look into that a little bit, but the dudes advanced to the next round. So coming up next on this stream, another upper bracket match. It's Equinox versus the dudes. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with the Dreamhack Qualifiers from North America on twitch.tv/AxelToss. Stay tuned.